Hello and welcome to another episode of the Veterans Corner. I'm Chuck Woodin. I'm joined by Katrina Cat Ziegwolf. If you guys were here a moment ago, we had actually a blooper moment.
Yep.
We've been on vacation for the spring and summer.
2 seasons.
Yeah,
So
2 seasons.
rough start.
This is the first night back for the fall rotation, and we got a lot of great shows lined up for you. We've got a few different format changes here, and I'm sure there'll be a little bit of rust.
Yeah.
So bear with us. One of the things that we're incorporating is every show we're going to do now is we're going to give a shout out to a veteran. And I thought it was appropriate for the first show to give a shout out to the 2 veterans that we have on the show. And that's Katrina. Kat was, she fills in as a co-host. Donna couldn't make it today. She's under the weather. But Kat fills in as a co-host. She's a backup director. She's a past camera operator.
Yeah.
Back when we had camera operators.
Yeah, back
now it's
before I
all
was
automated
rendered
and
obsolete.
joysticks and all that from the control room. Also the booker. She's been on with the Veterans Corner since 2022.
Yes.
Kat is a U.S. Army veteran from Salem, Connecticut, and she served from 1988 to 1997.
That is correct.
The second one is Scott Thibodeau. Scott has been with us. Scott's in the control room. He's been with us since 2020, just before COVID shut us down for that 1 year. He's also held positions behind the scenes on this show. He is currently the director of the show. He operates the 3 automated cameras with the joystick, with the control room. He is a voice in my ear during the show. If he sees me falling asleep, he's quick to yell at me and tell me to smile and wake up.
Tell you not to slouch. Yeah.
And you know, he's a U.S. Navy veteran from Bristol, Connecticut. And Scott served from 1984 to 1990. We want to thank you both for your service.
Thank you.
Scotty, you're in the control room. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done here with the show and everything that you'll be doing in the future. Without you, the show wouldn't be possible. So, great job. With that being said, there's one. Actually, I'm going to mention the Hero Company. Get that out of the way. Okay. I'm not one for jewelry and stuff like that, but Hero Company,
nice.
all the proceeds from their bracelets, everything that they have goes to help out. Portions of the proceeds go from the sales go to companion dogs for veterans with PTSD. So that's something to think about. HeroCompany.com. I actually bought 2 of these. It's to help out the cause. So.
And they're stylish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah.
Looks good.
And they've got other items for purchase. All proceeds go, or portions of the proceeds go to the companion dogs. With that being said, we've got a return guest. It's great to have you back, Ryan. Ryan Landry. He's from Everlasting Veteran. He's actually a man of many hats. He wears many hats. This is going to be a double header. We got this show, and then we're going to be talking about the Veterans Rally Point, a topic that we've had on this show for many years since the conception of it.
He's a very busy guy, but we're glad to have a little time forced into his schedule for us.
Now, you're also a veteran.
Correct.
What branch? When did you serve?
United States Army from 2009 to 2017. Started off with 2nd Cav and then rolled over into the National Guard after that when I came back from Afghanistan.
Well, we want to thank you very much for your service on behalf of the viewers, us here at the Veterans Corner. Thank you. And it's great to have you back.
It's great to be here. I mean, the welcome committee is always phenomenal, and the blooper reels, they're going to be great this season.
It's a good thing the viewers couldn't see the first take. But
well, hopefully they do, because that was pretty good.
We have to bleep some stuff. It's going to sound like Morse code.
I got them laughing in my ear here. We actually had them falling on the ground in the control room. But you know, this is serious content, but occasionally you got to have a little bit of fun.
We're still veterans. We're going to find the humor in the worst of days.
Yeah.
You've got to. With that being said, why don't we jump right into it? What do you think, Kat?
Sure, I'll start off. So you have been through a lot and you channeled your own pain into this passion project. So what pinpoint moment was your realization that you need to turn this darkness and this emotional low into something good, turn it into a purpose? And how did you come up with the name Everlasting Veteran?
Yeah, so it's been a journey thus far over the last 2.5 years with forming Everlasting Veteran and creating the podcast studio. I didn't realize how far it would go in the healing journey it would have, the impact in my own life, but also other people's lives. And the really pivotal point for me was when I started losing people I served with in Afghanistan to suicide. I also had my dark times, back in 2017 after my daughter was born. And one thing for me was, if I'm here to be able to talk to people of how to get out of it, how do I get out of it myself? Yeah. And, I've really took a deep dive into who I am, what my purpose is, and what that is moving forward. And in order to do that, I had to find something that was meaningful and purposeful for me to be able to share it with everybody else, for them to be able, other veterans and other people to be able to also find and channel that purpose-driven mission however they find it. And one of the things when I podcast, I've talked about the psychological aspect of wearing headphones, hearing your own voice when you say it out loud, things become real. Yeah. So, when I hit that pivotal point, I realized that I was kind of onto something of a healing journey, not just for myself, but others.
Those around you, family members.
Correct. Yeah, it was a life-changing experience for me, and it's brought me to the journey that I'm at now. And I want to continue to grow. And I've repeated multiple times to people that, we talk about healing as a singular thing. We talk about transition as a singular thing, but really there's multiple transitions through your life, and there's also a continuous healing journey throughout life. We talk about the trigger moments that we have from service when we get out, and it is a continued healing journey. And it's one of those things that we have to learn how to manage our expectations when we get out of service.
Yeah, it's ongoing.
It's ongoing. It's
you
continuous
fix
ongoing.
one thing and something else breaks down, and you're like, okay,
absolutely.
I'll work on that this week.
Yep.
The civilian world, they don't realize, or some of them do, because some of them are part of the community. Family members, through family members or friends. It is a major adjustment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't been in a combat zone, just coming home from if you were stationed somewhere out of the middle of nowhere, you still have that military in you.
Oh yeah, I wasn't a combat veteran, but my family's like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I went in at 17. I was raised by wolves. What do you expect?"
Yeah. Pretty much. Right. Everlasting Veteran has a beautiful mission to provide service dogs for free. What was the first real tangible moment, a veteran's call, a dog's first successful revival? What made you step back and think, my God, this actually works, and we just changed a life?
Yeah, so I started taking a deeper dive into, Gallup's elements of well-being, Clifton strengths, and also, the happy hormones, right, of dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. All these chemicals in which we have in our body is free and available for us to be able to research and figure out how it works. That's why equine therapy works so well. Yep. That's why service dogs work so well, and allows us to balance those chemicals. And there's a deeper meaning to it than just receiving a canine. And the impact that it has, whether they decide to complete the training or have a companion, it changes lives. Just by petting an animal releases chemicals in our brain to be able to balance us a little bit more. And it goes a little bit deeper as far as a micro and macro level. When we focus on the micro level and the personal aspect of it, and then the macro level of societal influences, right? We're able to manage things a little bit better.
And you're responsible for somebody that won't judge you. And sometimes that's the safe zone you need. That's just a great starting point to build off of.
Well, there's so much. I mean, you know more about it than I do, but I mean, and just in just general contact growing up as a kid, you know, if you had a pet,
Yeah.
you know, I was out walking around just the other day at People's Forest, and a woman was out walking her dog, and the dog got loose and came running toward me, and you know, I didn't care, you know, and it came up and it was sniffing, I'm petting it, and you know, it's a good interaction, actually for both the pet and you.
Yeah.
But
I was at an airport when they brought a comfort dog around that says, "Please pet me." And oh boy, did that change the mood. Everybody was like, "Oh," and we forgot about how long the line was and all
everybody
that.
calmed down, and
Everybody sees a dog, they're like, "Oh, puppy."
yeah.
So
Well,
it's just-
they
those
bring 'em
chemicals
through
you were talking about.
hospitals
Yep. And you talk about how mindset is everything. So on your worst mental day, when you have a just meltdown kind of moment, what is your go-to trick or habit to flip the switch and bring you back into the everlasting veteran headspace?
Yeah. So when it comes to mindset shifts and just embracing the mindset mentality of positivity, you know, starting off your day most of the time with gratitude. One of the things I've worked on for myself is also starting the day positive, right? Starting the day with gratitude, appreciating what has been built, what has been accomplished, to be able to reflect and recognize where you've come from and where you want to go. It's not always that easy.
no.
Right? It really isn't. It looks great on paper sometimes, but sometimes
It's
things
a battle.
It's a
inside.
battle sometimes, and all we have to do each day is remind ourselves, you know, just like you practice medicine or we're practicing life,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes we get it wrong, sometimes we get it right, but at the end of the day, how do we manage it, right? That allows us to balance it, and the management aspect and management of expectations, and continuously being in that mindset that it may not go right at all, but if you start your day positive, you can try to end it positive, and then
You're building a good foundation.
you're
for the
building a
day.
good foundation, right? So, and it's a trust factor with yourself, to rely on yourself that you know that you're going to be able to get through the day.
Well, one of the things people don't realize at first is balance in your life. Balance is a verb, not a noun. You have to keep doing it,
Right.
or it'll slide one way or the other.
Yeah.
So I've seen your show, and when you're interviewing guests, they just dump the wagon. They come clean on things, and just go for the vulnerability and let things loose that they haven't told other people in their lives. Probably half their families never even heard these stories before. So what is the unspoken truth, that the struggles or whatever that you hear, that every veteran, regardless of branch, service, all those things, that is the thread that unites us?
Is opportunity to exist, to be able to open up, right? Opportunity exists sometimes. However, it is on us sometimes to seize that opportunity. The human moment is one of those aspects when somebody's in a vulnerable state, to be able to recognize and capitalize on it. But it is on us as well sometimes to be able to recognize that somebody is letting that opportunity exist for us to be able to have that conversation. One of the big things when I had one of the guests, Javon Quells, he's a retired Navy SEAL and the co-host of Special Forces, The World's Toughest Test.
Name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah.
He's been on a few times, and we dive into men's mental health, right? And the positivity of it's okay to be masculine, but also be vulnerable, right? And be able to have those conversations with people that otherwise maybe you don't think you could have those conversations. And it opens the door to be able to be vulnerable, but also hold on to your pride a little bit as a guy, right? We look at vulnerability sometimes as a weakness, and that's one of those macro societal influences that I'm trying to change a little bit, and that mindset shift that people have. And it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to reach out for help and raise your hand and say, I can't figure it out right now. I need you to walk with me.
That's a lifelong issue with the veteran community.
Yeah.
Letting your guard down.
And I think you, if I've seen your cameras, they're smaller. It's a more intimate setting. You're just guys hanging out talking. Whereas when we started with this studio, when I was a cameraman, before I got rendered obsolete, we had the big, giant ones and right in your face, and that can be a little imposing. So if you're just like, hey, we're just talking here, I think that's probably a big key to your success too, because it's not a big deal, but it brings the armor down a bit.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, I started writing a book called This Is My Camo. And one of the things I talk about is the dark passenger. And the dark passenger is that emotion that you carry with and you don't know how to let it out.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, the camo, changing it into armor, right? Where it's not necessarily of bringing the armor down, it's changing the armor, right? And not hiding behind your emotions.
Yeah. With the armor, I mean, that's that wall is always up.
Yeah. Well, I was always thinking of as I'm updating my camouflage to be around normal people.
Yeah.
And I always felt farther apart than ever. So when I'm around veterans, it's like, hey, I got you.
Yeah.
There's a shorthand we all know.
Ryan, if you could sit down with Sergeant Ryan Landry right after the finish of his tour in Afghanistan, what is the one piece of advice based on everything you know now about healing, entrepreneurship, that you would whisper in his ear?
Be quiet and listen a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of times we think we have it figured out. And perspective is one of those things. I have guests on my show that, never served. They may not have a family member.
Yeah.
And having a conversation with somebody that can bring perspective into your life to be able to snap you out of what you're going through, to alter that mindset, change that mindset. One of the tricks that I've learned along the way is this control-alt-delete method. And it's controlling yourself, altering your mindset, and deleting the negativity.
Nice.
A lot of the times in my life, we hold on to the negativity because it's the thing that's holding us from where we came from, something that's familiar to us. And service is one of those things that's familiar to us. And the negativity is that we don't have it anymore, right? So we want to shed that weight so it doesn't feel like weight anymore to be able to move forward. And so I use this control-alt-delete method that I picked up along the way.
I think we're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
You were part of the first responder world for a while.
Yeah.
On top of the military, I was part of, I guess, a section of, corrections.
Yeah.
First responder, I guess you can
I did
consider that.
firefighting because I just needed that sense of urgency and the discipline. I was just adrift without something to ground me. So now question is, when you're running these chats and things and doing your podcast, you're getting bombarded with everybody's raw emotional things. So it must bounce off you and absorb to some degree because it's that saturation. So outside of your family, who's your personal anchor or unsung hero that helps you ground yourself?
Yeah, so it's that concept of pouring into others and figuring out who you can allow to pour into you, right? To be able to fill that glass up a little bit more each day. And I know my buddies Brian Grillo that I grew up with and Joe Mazzarella, we grew up together. I've known both of them at least since I was 5 years old, and we still keep in contact. Joe's a first responder now in the firefighter world. And, before he went into that, I was already into policing, so now he's kind of been able to get a concept of what that world is. And so I'm able to now pour into him as well, right? Because now after 11 and a half years of policing, I've been able to grow in a better positive direction and shed some of that weight that I've been carrying, and, it's one of those give and take relationships that you have to find your work best friend, right? Mm-hmm. People that you work with, somebody to lean on, and learn how to lean into each other.
Yeah.
When you do that, then you're able to really heal.
Mm-hmm.
We have time for one more question. We're at the 5-minute mark, and we got to do the last report there.
You grab it.
Let's do the last question.
Okay. So if there were a monument being put up somewhere, and it's for all veterans or all military of all breads and dips, is what one sentence would you want on there?
You can't have community without unity.
Ooh,
You can't even
slick.
spell the word, right? And it's in the word itself, finding a common ground with people to unify.
Ooh, and I would take it a step further and say it's comms.
Yeah. It's
Communication.
Right? So there's so much meaning. I have a lot of intent in my words in which I use, and the thought process, if you knew what lived rent-free in my head on a daily basis. But you can't have community without unity. I've been saying it for a few years now, and it's not just the veteran community, because the veteran community is also made up of that support network that we have of people that may not have served. So family members, friends, and everything else. And finding common ground to be able to communicate and find a way to unify together is what I would strive for.
Well, how many times did we say on this show, excuse me, for those that we've had as guests that are not veterans, what's the first thing that we say to them?
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Yep.
You're playing a role that's highly appreciated by the veteran community.
And sometimes we're more willing to share with a total stranger than we are with our own family, because it hangs in between you and your family forever. Once you say it, you can't unring that bell. But if you're talking in confidence with somebody like Donna, then it stays there. It's Vegas rules. What goes on stays there.
Okay, there is a segment that we're going to start today. There's a few things that we changed. One of the things, Donna's not here. Like I said, she's feeling under the weather. And she's got the last 5 minutes to give an update on the Veteran Strong Community Center.
Let's go.
Which she is the executive director at. She's another person that wears many hats.
Yes.
I normally we'd say, thank you and all that, but you're not going anywhere. we're going to have a part 2 to this. It's going to be aired the following week, but we're going to have another great discussion in a few. Donna, 2 minutes. Okay, we'll try to do this. Donna sent me something. I'm going to read it to you, so get out everything that she wanted. You all know Donna Dunyan is the co-host of the show. She's also executive director. I went through that. Started with this episode. Donna will be giving an update the Veteran Strong Community Center. For those who don't know, this center is currently located in Bristol City Hall in Bristol, Connecticut. And she wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Camillo Ravita of Bristol, Connecticut. He's a World War II Navy veteran who is celebrating his 102nd birthday on October 12th, which is in, 3 days? This is October 9th of 25. Some of the news updates that Donna and the Veteran Strong Community Center have been working closely with another nonprofit, the Elpis Alliance. They were one of the last guests that we've had.
Can you spell it for the viewers at home?
Well, it's just the
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I just meant the name so they can Google it.
Yeah, right. We'll get to that in a second. There's a.
We'll put it under the screen.
They came on the show before our hiatus. Let me try that one again. Bloopers. Since February. Elpis' mission is to combat veteran suicide by looking at sleep. If we can improve sleep, we can improve mental health and physical health. Sure. We can alleviate the brain fog so many live with on a daily basis, and that affects daily functioning and thoughts. Elpis is a membership-based veterans service organization with a focus on peer support, mentorship, with guidance from an advisory board of military leaders. You may have seen them or heard of them on sleep rodeos. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through all this with the time we have left. You can get to their website, elpissallliance.org. elpissalliance.org. A lot of valuable information is on there. there was a lot of stuff here. She went through a QPR, which is a suicide prevention technique. When she comes back, we can go over that since we didn't get a chance to get through all this. This summer, Donna was honored to receive and accept an appointment from Governor Lamont to the Board of Trustees for the Connecticut Department of Veterans Affairs. Congratulations to Donna. There was a few other things here. Let's keep Donna in your thoughts and prayers as she recovers from what she's going through right now. There's another thing, that the crisis line. This is something that we're going to put on the screen every show now. Dial 988, then press 0. It's a Veterans Crisis Line. If you know anybody that's a veteran that's having a hard time, depression, possibly suicidal, there's the number. Dial 988, press 1 rather. Veteran Strong Community Center, Inc. It's at 111 North Main Street in Bristol, room 111. It's on the ground floor. Their website is VETstrong, STRONG, Inc.org. With that being said, I think that's probably all the time we have. Am I correct? Yes, I got a yes. Ryan,
Pleasure.
great to have you on. It's going to be great to sit there and continue to talk to you about other topics.
Absolutely.
And thanks for
thank
shoving
you.
your schedule around so making time
absolutely.
for us.
With that being said, we
grateful.
want to thank the viewers for watching. Till the next time on the Veterans Corner. Good night.
Good night.
Sometimes life just happens. Don't worry. Farmington Motorsports will get you back on the road and at a fair price. From towing to tires, emissions to transmissions.
Our ASC certified techs do it all.
Farmington Motorsports is a family-run business. We're a Napa Auto Center and AAA approved. We work on all makes and models from preventative maintenance to major repairs.
And every repair is backed by our 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty.
When life happens to you, don't worry. Farmington Motorsports.